Alright, hi guys. It's been a while. Yeah. Lots of things have been happening, so I wasn't able to film a video last week. But it's good for me because this week's topic is, drumroll please, favorite companion. But last week's was favorite doctor, and I didn't make a video for that because I was busy. So, since I didn't do last week's topic, I'm going to put last week and this week's topic together. And since it actually works, they do go together, favorite doctor, favorite companion, put those together, you get the favorite duo. So this one's going to be kind of long because I'm putting two topics into one video. So, last week's topic was favorite doctor. Now, in Doctor Who, you don't say, the doctor has a name. The Doctor does not have a name in the series. It's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, so on and so forth. So, my favorite Doctor is the 10th Doctor, and he looks like this. It's a picture here, and stuff. He looks like this, and he's portrayed by David Tennant. If you guys didn't know David Tennant, he played several characters that you might know. He was in one of the Harry Potter movies. He played Barty Crouch Jr. He did this weird thing where he goes all the time. It was weird. But, yeah, David has been everywhere. He's also in a show called Broadchurch. And, yeah. He's if you haven't watched the series, David Tennant is, very animated. And he goes all over the place, and his range of emotions in Doctor Who ranges from overly excited to deeply saddened. And one of the companions that actually was with him, her name was Donna Noble, and that's one of my favorite companions because Donna and the 10th Doctor put together were the greatest comedy duo, if you think about it. Donna Noble looks like this, boop. And the reason why I like Donna Noble is because her character and, Donna Noble and the 10th Doctor together in many episodes had this chemistry that made everything seem much more crazy than it should have been. There was an episode where they sneak onto a spaceship, and he's in another hallway, and there's a hallway, and then there's a room, and then there's another hallway. There's two doors with little windows, and the 10th Doctor is on one side, and Donna's on the other, and they're basically talking to each other through the windows and yelling at each other. But in this room was the villains that they didn't want to, or the aliens that they didn't want them to see, but they just lean over and look at them and go, hi, and they realize, oh my god. But that's a whole different. 10th Doctor also had another companion. His name was Captain Jack Harkness. Now, the thing about Harkness is that he's very special. He was a captain of a ship, hence Captain Jack Harkness, but he also travels the world using a vortex manipulator, and yeah, that's very messy stuff, vortex manipulators, we don't talk about it. Jack Harkness looks like this, portrayed by John Scott Barrowman, who is the greatest genius alive. He recently was at OzCon, and he asked people to bring him Tim Tams, and he played Tim Tam Jenga. Yes, Tim Tam Jenga. The tower was at least as tall as him, so that was interesting. But the thing about 10 and Jack is that both of them had this weird bromance kind of thing going on. As in, they do this weird funny banter, and, they can go from joking over, it was oh, yeah, da-da-da-da, and then all of a sudden be we need to do this, in a snap. In a snap. They're all serious mode, and we gotta get down to business and all that jazz. Okay. So my next favorite Doctor and his three companions kind of coincide with each other because it's kind of interesting how this happens. So my next favorite Doctor is the 11th Doctor. The 11th Doctor had originally one companion. Her name was Amelia Pond, and they met her... Oh, wait, hold on. the 11th Doctor, portrayed by Matt Smith, and looks like this. And he had his first companion, Amy Pond, who was portrayed by Karen Gillian, looks like this. And originally, he met Amelia Pond when she was a child and promised her to take her around the world, and she waited for him. But then, fast forward in the future, she's an adult, and she basically yells at him, going, "Oh my God, you basically abandoned me."
Oh my God.
Fast forward a few more years, they bring along Rory. Picture of Amy and Rory. Yeah. Amy and Rory were best friends since forever. They've been childhood friends, and they marry later on. But lots of other things happen with Amy, Rory, and the 11th Doctor, because they meet River Song. Picture here. Now, River Song this is, if I'm gonna be quiet, this is very complicated how things happen later on in like one of the later seasons with Matt Smith. We find out that, okay, hold on, spoiler alert. We find out here that that River Song is the daughter of Amy and Rory, and Amy and Rory conceived River Song in the TARDIS that the 11th Doctor takes him on, and apparently River marries 11, and then Amy and Rory somehow become in-laws to the Doctor. So yeah, that happened. But with Amy and Rory and River, well, River is still out there traveling the time and space continuum, and they meet up. Whenever they meet up, they have like this little journal that looks like the TARDIS. It's really cool. And they meet up and they coincide stories and Time Lord stuff. Okay, so about 11 story with Amy and Rory. How their story kind of ended was interesting, because they go back, and it's kind of hard not to mention our favorite creature alien thing, because there are so many different ones, but there's something called a weeping angel, but I will talk about it next week. They go back, and there's this one place that has a bunch of weeping angels that just creates chaos in this whole episode. I'm not going to go into details of that episode, but in the end of the episode, we find out that Amy wrote a book, and in the afterword, she wrote it to the Doctor, because in the beginning of the episode, the Doctor had that same book in his pocket, and he was reading it. And yeah, it's really, the show is just crazy in general, and it's just hard. It's not hard to follow. It just jumps from different places, so you don't know what time period you're in. You don't know what's gonna happen, what alien's gonna pop up, what person's gonna be in the episode, because everything's moving around in such a fast pace. But yeah, I mean, I love this show. Caroline and I both love this show. We're very crazy about it. But yeah. But these are my favorite companions and my favorite doctors, and that's the AC. But yeah, these are my favorite characters in the series, and these two actually coincide, so I'm actually glad that I got to put these two videos together. That way I can talk about the relationship between the doctors that I like and the companions that go with him. So lots of things coincide, and that made this video a lot easier. But next week's videos for this channel, we're going to have Caroline on Wednesday again, because we didn't have Caroline this week because Caroline was busy. She's finishing up school, and then on Wednesday she'll be back. Next week's topic is our favorite creature in the series. Now, like I said earlier, there are different creatures that have really long names, and they come from really interesting places. So the video is going to be interesting too, because we're going to have pictures all over the place. But yeah, We're gonna do favorite alien next week because there are so many, you can't choose one. So hopefully, I'm hoping that she does more than one creature in her video because I'm definitely gonna go through more than one creature. And there are some that have like these little quirks, but you'll see me next week on next Friday. You'll see me next Friday. But yeah, next Friday we'll see you. We're gonna talk about my favorite aliens. Caroline's gonna talk about yours on Wednesdays. You guys like, comment, subscribe to stuff. Everything's gonna be in the down description below. I don't know what this is, but yeah. Bye, guys. Okay, that one was really bad.